What's up YouTube, it's your boy V and we're back with another video. In today's video we're going to discuss Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is this new FPS multiplayer game that sort of is just taking over the scene. It's sort of taking over the industry. It's taking over the zeitgeist. If you haven't seen or heard of Marvel Rivals, you're probably living under a rock right now. I want to talk about why is Marvel Rivals as big and as popular and as bringing in all these different players from different backgrounds. Like, what is it about Marvel Rivals that is making it the dominant force that it is? Well, somebody like me primarily has a background, at least with FPS, being Call of Duty. You know, it's a very different kind of game. You know, I've played a lot of battle royales, mostly battle royales. So like Call of Duty Warzone was my big game, and even before that dabbled in PUBG. Never really Fortnite, but even, you know, extending into Apex Legends as well. I loved Apex Legends. I played the shit out of Apex Legends. So what is it about Marvel Rivals that is hooking somebody like me, that is hooking other players from other genres of FPS, people in the battle royale space, people in the, you know, multiplayer FPS space? What is it about Marvel Rivals is that's hooking them? That's hooking all of us. I mean, Marvel Rivals is a completely different game than what people like me have experienced before. I never played Overwatch. You know, it's very much this Overwatch type game. You know, it's a hero shooter. But I mean, Apex Legends is somewhat of a hero shooter, right? It's like hero shooter mixed with battle royale. But Marvel Rivals is just this traditional hero shooter, very much tailored to the Overwatch community, Overwatch audience. And I think the primary reason why it's sort of taking over right now has to do with the fact that everything else in the space, battle royale included, is kind of dead. You know, Call of Duty Warzone is having a litany of problems, from cheaters to exploiters to the game mechanics just being broken. You know, a lot of those same things are in the Apex community as well, I've noticed. You know, even the finals, which is a game that I really enjoyed when it first started, just didn't hook the audience as much as Marvel Rivals had. And I think a lot of that had to do with exploiting in the early seasons of the game, as well as a cheating problem when it came to ranked. And I can't speak on the cheaters in Marvel Rivals because honestly, I have no idea if there are cheaters or not, because there is just so much going. It doesn't feel like there are, but there is just so much going on in that game that it's hard to really contemplate, figure out, know what's going on a lot of the time. But it has me hooked. It has its teeth dug into me. I can't stop thinking about this game. I can't keep trying to figure out strats and plays and comps of different legends and different heroes to use on a team to get a win, to combat another team of other heroes and legends. It just has me hooked. And I think it has a lot of people hooked. Like, looking at the numbers, it has a lot of people hooked. Besides it taking advantage of this like gap in the gaming industry right now, this sort of lull that's happening with FPS multiplayer games, or just multiplayer shooters in general, it also is a very well polished game. I mean, I'm like sort of traumatized by the fact that I joined Apex near like season 15 and I didn't have any of the legends available to me as a new player when I'm playing against people that are playing legends that I don't even have unlocked yet. Marvel Rivals seems to be completely different. I mean, yes, it's a new game, so, you know, we're starting fresh with everybody else, but all the characters on the base lineup are all unlocked. There's no prerequisite you need to do in order to unlock any of the characters in the game currently. They're all just open. I mean, we'll see with season 1. Season 1 is in a few days. They're adding 4 new characters, which is also insane. That's more content than the finals, I feel like, has had in the 4 seasons that it's been around. 4 new, completely fleshed out characters with abilities and category and whatever, and a whole new map, 1 map minimum. We'll see what they do with these 4 new characters, the Fantastic Four, and if they're going to be unlockable maybe in some kind of event, I don't know, or they're just going to give them to us to be able to just use and play with. You know, I don't know. Part of me is like, kind of wants them to give them to us in an unlockable way to sort of earn them through the game, because the game itself is fun to play. So I wouldn't mind like unlocking Mr. Fantastic by doing some kind of quest or something in the game, or some kind of, you know, whatever. But also I feel like that's my brain like just so tailored to the style of how these hero shooters have been for me in the past, where you have to unlock things. But I mean, obviously it'd just be nice if you could just get the characters. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. We're all just going to get these new characters and play them. And that'll actually be awesome. But obviously we're going to have to wait and see. And who knows? Maybe we do have to unlock them. Maybe this is all just for nothing. That all that I'm spitting is just for nothing. But we'll see when the season 1 drops in a few days. And I think another big thing about what's really stimulating about Marvel Rivals is the fact that it has a fully fleshed out competitive mode, as well as a fun, just casual public matchmaking. So you have a little bit of both. If you want to mess around and play, you don't really give a freak about whatever, winning or losing, you go in the quick play, you mess around with a hero that is just fun to use. Like I've been using Spider-Man in the public matchmaking, just been flying around with Spider-Man, diving back lines, killing healers and stuff. It's been fun. And you know, we've been winning some games, we've been losing some games, but it's just fun messing around with all these different characters that I wouldn't primarily use in ranked. But then there's a ranked option, and that ranked option, you get to play a little bit more competitively with friends or people in the community or whatever. And you get like the best of both worlds. You know, I can play just whatever I want, however I want in pubs, and then go into competitive when I want to get that competitive drive, that itch, get my wins, to get more points, to get higher ranks, and etc. So it's hard for me to say if Marvel Rivals is really gonna stand the test of time, but what I can really say is that it definitely has a hook in a lot of people, including myself. I mean, I'm sure there are far more casual players that are playing it from, like, let's say the Call of Duty space and the Apex space. And when maybe those games or games like them develop better ways to combat cheaters and they fix whatever bugs they have in their games, you know, those players that are left would come back and, you know, go back to their comfort games. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, it really depends, because I feel hooked on Marvel Rivals. I don't really see myself wanting to go back to any other game that I was playing before. I don't know. It's just refreshing, and more so than refreshing, it's just, there's just so much more to look forward to, because it really does seem like these developers have a lot in store for this game. They got this influx of players. They see that, and I'm sure they're making a lot of money, and they just want to invest it back into the game. It doesn't seem like the kind of just, you know, pump and dump that you see with a lot of other games where, like Call of Duty, they make a bunch of money and then they don't really put that money and resources back into the game to make it better for the people that they got playing the game. But it seems like NetEase and the developers over at Marvel Rivals are doing the complete opposite. You know, they are making this money, they have a loyal fan base at this point, and they're pouring more money into the game to just, you know, create more content as seasons progress and seasons develop. And, oh, dude, it's just, I'm so excited for season 1. I mean, it was hard for me to even get on and make this video today, because all I want to do is just play Marvel Rivals. Like, all I want to do, I've been thinking about it all day, like all these different strats and things to do in ranked and play ranked and different compositions. I'm just so hooked on this game, I don't even want to make content, which is crazy. I mean, you guys know I haven't really been making that much content, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I recently just got engaged. So thank you. And my lovely now fiance is in the other room, and it's been very exciting. So yep. And that was her saying woo in the background. I just want to say thank you all for watching, and everybody have a great new year, and hopefully 2025 brings a lot of great opportunities for yourself and me. And yeah, appreciate you. You guys have a good one. Peace.